to do, what I'm going to say. I'm just rambling, trying to get this food baby out of the way. Yummy. So, since I last saw you, I've turned 21. And on that day, I'm going to unnotify my notification here. On that day, I took everybody from my guitar job to Topgolf, which was pretty awesome. My cousins, it was huge. It was awesome. I loved it. Great day. That was amazing. One of the best memories, I also got a 2010 or a 2018 Fender Stratocaster from Mexico. Pretty cool. But I also, during Christmas, got me a brand new stainless steel Rolex Daytona with a ceramic dial. It's a 2024, so they've updated the movement. They've updated the hour indicators to where they're pointier instead of like the round like on Panda. That's my dog upstairs. We got Sawyer, a Furbo, so we can just, drop in on him. Sorry, you can't see that because it's alive. So we can drop in on him every now and again. I've got some new guitars, some new watches on the way. I've been doing pretty good. I'm starting to get paid soon, so that's going to be great. However, it's going to be a couple weeks, which I'm okay with because I'm getting all the back pay from work. So, just to clarify, first and last one today, okay? I just wanted something to relax with. However, I've been okay. I'm going to get back pay, supposedly. I say supposedly, that's a little rude. I know I'm going to get back pay. It's going to be quite a bit. However, that's not the issue as long as I'm getting paid because, boom, big news. I'm going to be moving to Pennsylvania in a couple years. Now, the reason is because mom's retiring. I'm going to move to PA with her. I'm going to get the house where we still got to wait on certain things like the land. We haven't bought land. We have the blueprints. It's going to be dope. I'm going to have my own little watch studio in there. Hold on one second. Anyway, I will go to that in a second. Got to read that text, which I'll do later. Sorry about that. I'm pretty sure it paused. I had to respond to a text. It was my cousin's birthday. Sorry about that. I'm pretty sure it paused. I had to respond to a text. It was my cousin's birthday and I missed it. But, what you gonna do? Sorry. It's a gift. It's weird. Let me wash this out. Moscato. It's amazing. How do I pause here? Do I pause a live? I'm just gonna see the ceiling for a little bit. Like the ceiling? Pretty cool, right? While I clean out my goblet here. Anyway, that's the ceiling. Hopefully my mom doesn't see this live. Anyway, I turned 21, clarifying that was legal. Everything was legal. But yeah, Moscato is pretty cool. Yum, yum, yum. I sent my cousin some money, well, the last I had in my account, so for a birthday present. I'm not going to disclose how much that was, but it was quite a bit. So let's get you to see this watchmaking setup here. So here's where all the madness happens. we've got the, all of this. So there's that. My new Strat. Ooh, my Les Paul. I forgot about Les Paul Strat Telly. Pretty dope. I have a couple guitar projects going on. Wow, this light does not do me justice. But it's just going to be a pretty short live. We're not going to really do much. No new watches. No new watches. Got a Furbo. Oh, spoiler. On the color for the Stratocaster. Lamborghini's Blue Cephas. Look at that. It's a gorgeous metallic hue to it. So it's a Lamborghini Blue Cephas. It's pretty dope. Expect that project to be done pretty soon, like a couple months, because we have to do some other stuff to it. I got a free Telecaster, so I have that being worked on at my work. I guess I'm working on it. Let's see, I got a PV, but that's my friend's PV, getting that worked on. My thicker hollow body's also at work. My Ibanez is at work. So I got quite a few of my guitars at work. Anyway, that's that. So, like I said, short live, just giving you an update. I'm going to, like I said, Pennsylvania. I'll be going to Germany, Paris, maybe Switzerland in October. So that'll be fun. I will be not uploading for a while due to that reason, while I'm really close up to the camera. Got an iPhone 16. That's pretty dope. But yeah, that's basically it. Don't expect much watchiness. Yeah, I guess that's all. Sorry there for you. Oh, yeah. Furbo. Sup? I'm gonna get a notification that Furbo spotted a person. Oh, shit! My room's, hold on. One sec. Gotta throw this over here. My room looks different. Ba-boom. Look at that. New bed. Anyway, new bed. New end tables. Bookshelf. This is gone. The TV's gone. Awesome shit. That's literally all that's changed. Just a new bedroom set, which I'll be moving with me to PA. Oh, yeah. I didn't wear my Daytona to work today. I wore my little chronograph. And I say, hey, Grandma, I'm not wearing a Rolly today. She's like, you okay? You got some, like, something's wrong with you? You know, it's kind of weird. Go away. Kobe, for some reason. Don't know. I just wanted to scream out Kobe. But yeah, new bedroom, new bed stuff. King bed, not a queen or double or whatever the fuck am I? I don't know what part of the bed I'm on. It's a big bed. Just clarifying that okay. Excuse my language. Oh shit. Smells bad due to the air freshener not being plugged in. Get in the hole, Chris. Chris, we've talked about it. I don't give a shit if you touch me, but these scatters just fucking take it, bitch. Oh, now it'll smell like limoncello. I don't like alcohol a lot, okay? It's just a scent. Limoncello. Pretty good. Anyway, I'm getting off track here. Lights go off. Mom complains. So, well, what I could do is give you an update. Move all that on. Oops. My move. Sorry. We all good here? Cool. So this is my watchmaking station. Over here to the right, we have my screwdriver set, which has the different gauges, different millimeters. When it comes to screwdrivers, I work on big movements. I also, oh shit, big move, big money move. You'll like this one. You'll like this one a lot. Boom. This is a Rolex caliber 1400 that I am currently restoring. It comes, the dial was with it. It was pretty sick. I got it for like a couple $100. I'm not even gonna take it out, but it's pretty rad. I got it off of eBay. Fine, I'll take it out. I'm trying to get it to focus here. You can see that caliber 1400 needs full restoration. The parts are pretty cheap. Like I just need a new. Over here's the train wheel set that I need a brand new train wheel set, and then we're good. Oh, actually, I need a cap jewel. Anyway, so that I'm really excited about. Let's see what else did I get. Here's the Rolex movement we worked on. It's is doing all right. That's cool. Let's see, what else did I get? Oh, I start working on quartz timepieces like this. This is for a Hamilton. Ironically, this one here, but Devin, a friend of mine, my boss as well, wanted me to do a automatic conversion. So here we go, is what we got hiding under the hood. This is an ETA 282, well, it's a Sellita SW210, which is still Swiss movement. I'm currently working on it because this has an ETA movement as well, and the spots where the dial feet go are compatible with each other, which is amazing. So all I had to do was replace the cannon pinion due to the length of it. The length on these cannon pins is a little longer than the regular length for the cannon pinion, which is kind of the shitty part. But other than that, yeah, this is just one of the projects I'm working on, and the actual ETA movement here. Right here is a actual ETA 2824. Pretty bitchin'. So that's the update on those. It's a mess over here. I've been working on getting myself a moon swatch. I know not a lot of people like it, but if, you know, it is what it is. And they came out with the Earth phase. It's pretty fucking bitchin', in my opinion. The Earth phase was allegedly is the first functions. However, if they made it in a mechanical version, which would be super difficult, mind you, I'm not even going to explain. This is the color for the guitar I'm making. Anyway, it would be pretty difficult to do. It's basically an Omega Speedmaster having a moon phase with not there just being, you know, I mean, actually, they kind of already did it with the one with the blue dial. I can't remember the exact numbers. It has a moon phase, and I think it's a perpetual calendar. It's a chronograph. It's weird. But I just thought I'd get me an Omega swatch for stuff like travel, so I don't have to wear my Daytona everywhere. Even though I prefer to wear my Daytona everywhere, it's just not smart. Yeah, this was a 21st birthday gift from my mom. She fuels my habits of watchmaking, and that's probably not healthy. But, yeah, there's some tools I need still. So there's the dial, there's your crown and stem. And there is the movement itself. Trying to get it to focus. But like I said, all it needs is a new train of wheels, which gets placed right there, which allows the balance to do its thing. But right now, because the train of wheels is missing, when you wind it, it changes the time. Even if you pull the crown out and you regularly change the time, you know, it's kind of funny. So I just have it in this little clear case here. Yes, Sawyer, you're a good boy. So that's pretty rad. A lot of people use these to put dials in and all that other stuff. So I'm going to put that back there. I am starting to buy spare Rolex parts. So if anybody needs this, just let me know. It's a, I'm spacing on it. It allows the date to click over. It's a certain spring and jewel. It didn't cost much, but it's in there. yeah, I have a substitute for a, Oyster Flex here. It's a regular oyster bracelet, I guess. I'm trying to think of other stuff that I got new. I've gotten me a mainspring winder set, which is pretty cool. So let me explain how that works. A mainspring winder set from Amazon. So what this does is, do I have a mainspring to use as an example? No, I don't. Shit. So actually, yes, I do. I'm actually gonna have to do some watchmaking stuff here for you anyway. I'm doing this standing up. Oh, you can see my feet. We don't want that. Let me go throw some wacky socks on. Anyway, so I'm going to give you an example of what a mainspring is. I think this one has it. Put on my finger cots. I'm going to set this away over here to show you. This is just a cheap movement I had. I don't know why, but I feel like doing this one standing up today. Just so you can kind of get a, oh shit, didn't mean to go on that one, but whatever. Using that there today. So I'm going to give you basically the lowdown on a move. Oh shit. Excuse my language. It's not like you haven't heard it before. On how a mechanical watch works. Now, this is something a lot of people want to know. So I had my wine and I'm ready to fucking explain it. So this is a cheap movement that I've just had around for practicing. Now, usually what we do, we don't worry about that. We actually have to take out the wind from the mainspring. Fuck. Oh? Donde está little tweezer bangers? Tweezy weenies? Here they are. So, what we usually will want to do is let out the... Oh, do I not have it? Do I not have a mainspring in this? Nope, no mainspring. Fuck. Try it again. Let's see. Which does have a mainspring? Because there's only one way I can explain how the fucking mainspring works, but we don't have a mainspring. Essentially, we'll use this one. This is my Elijah Flipper watch, I believe. Fuck it. I'm gonna just go in with it. So this one does have a mainspring. It's a highly nice paper boy. Where's the paper boy at today? I'm gonna move you guys up. Right there. Sorry if it's blurry again, but what the fuck? What are you gonna do? Just move the dial. Boop. Oh, yes, I remember this clusterfuck. So, this movement is slightly more complicated than it looks. You know, we're going to remove the hour wheel here. And this is purely just to explain what the fuck is going on. So this is your date wheel, right? So the dates are held in by this one wheel there, which is pretty rad. So what we got to do to remove this date wheel, which I have learned on my own time. Oh shit. This one will need to be removed. However, maybe not. If I just come on, goddammit. There we go. If what's holding you back now? There we go. It's one way to remove the date wheel, I guess. So if we just, this is not going to be great camera. I got to fix this. I'm sorry. Got to redeem that. Record that quality, fucking iPhone. Like, Luke, take your pants off. Anyway, so trying to hone in the clarity. This is the best I can do. I'm sorry if that disappoints you. So how this works is clearly this is the date wheel. We are going to move homie back here. Whoops. Since, wait a minute. There you go. I'm gonna move you back. I need to tighten them. So this is where things get slightly complicated. Now, when it comes to mechanical timepieces, the way their date wheels function is pretty unique. So I should make room for that one to get out. Screw out of there. Get this out. This is an intermediate wheel for the hour hand, allowing that to click over at midnight. To take you out of here. That's good. I'm sorry if you can't see it. Now to remove this. Okay. Now when it comes to, I'm gonna leave the fucking automatic. No. The holy crap! I'm spacing right now. Keyless works. There you go. The keyless works in for lots of reasons. Mainly because I don't want to have to fucking put it back together again. So I'm just going to remove the basics of it. So, I don't know. This originally wasn't supposed to be a watchmaking live stream. Boop. Oh. Boop. But now it fucking is one. So that's cool. Now this one. Has led an interesting life. The mainspring, as I was mentioning, the amount of pressure you heard from that releasing is the mainspring. So what it is it's a coiled spring that puts pressure on everything else. I'm still going to take it apart and explain how that's supposed to work. Remove that first. Take the ratchet wheel off. That's because it makes that ratcheting noise. First, whoop, there you are. And move that ratchet wheel. I wonder if it has, no, it doesn't. And so this is your click spring. So this is your click, what does the, the windy sounds that as you wind it up. This, your spring here, is your click spring, which allows this to do its shit, which is cool. Let's move the balance wheel. Because we'll need a new one at the end of the day. Whoops. You'll see in a second why, yeah. Woo! I'm gonna come. Sneeze me. Skip, fuck. Okay. So what we can do now is we're gonna remove the pallet fork. This allows this wheel called the escape wheel to be able to see how this pallet fork here, right here. See, moving it back and forth, right here, back and forth it goes, which will interact with this wheel, which is directly hooked up to the center wheel, which is where your seconds go. And you can kind of see when I move the center wheel, how this will go back and forth. That's because that's that motion, the back and forth, is allowing that seconds to go. But in case, if you want to, I can show you. Anyway, so we're going to want to remove the pallet fork, which is that one unit that hits the escape wheel, for it to work. And this is a Swiss, an older Swiss movement. It's an ST, a derivative of ETA. Let's see. Yep, we're all good in the hood there. And now see if I just freely move this. Or this. See? It's connected to the mainspring barrel, which puts that pressure on here. So slowly throughout time, clearly it'll unwind like that. Not that aggressively, but it will unwind real quick, which is cool, which is why this click spring is here to stop it from immediately going, and unwinding all the way, which is pretty cool. So say thanks to the ratchet wheel and the click spring. Further disassembling it, we're going to remove the train wheel bridge. So obviously it's a bridge and it holds the train of wheels in place. We're going to remove that next. But anyway, I've been doing this since I turned 18. I'm 21 now, so I guess 3 years. Professionally and unprofessionally, it's just been a cool thing. I was in Italy for a graduation gift from my mom. And we went all around, and when I was in a vineyards wine tasting, because in Italy, the age 21 is basically 18 is their 21. So when you're 18 years old in Italy, you can drink. Now, that was my first time drinking. I don't know how that happened to just end up. Anyway, I was thinking, I watched this channel called Wristwatch Revival, and I was like, you know what? This seems pretty bitchin'. So I decided to go ahead and take the necessary steps to do so. So now we've taken the train wheel bridge off. However, we can now remove the center wheel. The tips on these tweezers are a little fucky-wucky, but I just need to order new tweezers because I abuse the crap out of it. That's your center wheel, your second wheel, which you can remove without having to remove the, no, you can't. Yeah, no, you have to remove it. I need to fix these tweezers. One sec. Close flip enough. It depends on how long this wheel is. Nope, I have to remove So, cool thing about the crown wheel, obviously it's crown because it's connected to the crown and stem, is the majority of the time on the crown wheel, it's reverse threaded, so you tighten to loosen. Now this one has a washer too for fitment, which is this little guy here. Got that little guy there, the little strong paper boy, Chris. Now you can remove the second wheel, or the third wheel, I believe. Yeah, that was a long stem. Move that with your train wheel set. Now, why'd I say it's so high-pitched? We're going to get to where your mainspring barrel is. Ooh, I don't want to take that off. Yeah, I have to. I don't have a fucking choice. Shit. Anyway, we'll worry about that last. So we're going to remove the final bridge that's holding down the escape wheel, which is pretty dope. So we're going to remove that screw, this screw, which is ironically trapping the escape wheel. It's holding the escape wheel captive. You can find the funny in that. Bollocks. There we go. The escape wheel. Let the escape wheel escape, sort to say. Here's your escape wheel. Yeah, they're okay. Which leaves the hour wheel. This guy, the biggest wheel that interacts with the ratchet wheel. So is this putting pressure on something? Oh, like you can see. I'm just holding that center in there. Oh, you can't really see. Never mind. What it's doing is it creates tension on this, which allows this to put pressure on the second wheel, the escape wheel. It's a whole system. But basically what a mainspring barrel is it's a spring that's coiled up in this section super tight. And when you wind it, well, it's loose at the start. And then when you wind it, it'll slowly kind of close up, you know, kind of like, well, that was a weird look. It'll kind of close up, right? And that puts pressure, all this Bill Nye shit, basically pressure equals movement. It's cool. Anyways, this turned into a watchmaking stream. I did not want that to happen, but fuck it, here we are. So that was just to show you that. And we're going to put the escape wheel back on. There we go. And then this bridge, because I got to hide that escape wheel, you know what I mean? But basically that's how that works. Pretty cool. That's it's just a spur of the moment. The thing is, I couldn't find a movement that had a working mainspring, like this cheap Zinn movement, I think is what they call it. But this has a mainspring, so I can let you listen to the ratchet sounds. There we go. It's pretty cool at the end of the day. But back to why I started this, I was like, yeah, this is a pretty cool looking, you know, idea, job, and all the other watchmakers I try to get my watches serviced at are dead, literally. I'm not kidding. They're just like, yeah, our old watchmaker died, and this kind of sucks, you know. So can't get a. There we go. Testing that. Then we get our center wheel. Center wheel in there. Off to the cellar. Anyway, then we're going to replace this bridge here. You got to make sure the pivots line up with, which is now just the escape wheel. And this wheel. See, look. Just testing. This is held by this is held down by 3 mofo screws, boy. But I don't have a working one of these, so we'll just have to deal with what we got. Anyway, so that's how those work. I wish I had a crown and stem for this movement, but I don't, because I probably used it on another project. One of my watches, I don't remember though. But this is a pretty low beat Swiss movement. Does the job, clearly. And just one more test of that, which you can do by touching the mainspring barrel and then just rotating. I love that sound. It's clearly all the wheels are lined up in their pivots there, which is great. And then we're going to put the pallet, actually no we're not. We're going to replace the crown wheel here. Now the reason I said no we're not, because if I do the crown ratchet wheel after I put that escape or the pallet fork in, things can get a whole nother side of fucked up. Okay, back to what I was saying about them being reverse threaded. So you're going to want to loosen to tighten. Watch. Voila. Sorry, I hit the screen. Now the ratchet wheel will go in place. It's a square fitted, so once you're in, you're in. I always thought when you turn 21, I had no idea. I never thought anything about once you turn 21. I thought, well, I guess it's what I felt. I thought I'd feel different once I hit 21. Like, oh, I can drink now. I'm a real adult. You know, it's a great thing. So here's the ratchet sound. So you hear that, it's this ratchet wheel that always gives me issues. It's always, there you go. You can see this here when I rotate it. You see that rotate? Yeah. Anyway, that's what the mainspring does, is it builds up pressure to a point which rotates all of the train wheels. Which puts all the power to the pallet fork, which is interesting because the pallet fork is held under the most pressure. And those jewels at the very end of the forky bit are super, super fragile. And you don't want to fuck them up, because then you'd have to buy a whole new old pallet fork, which we don't want, especially in a stream like that. Oh yeah. Cool. Now we're going to put the bridge for it on. Oh shit. Cool. Place this back on, and then we can give it a good old wind. And I can show you that tension issue I was telling you about. Watch. See how it's not doing that little unwind thing? Now what we can do is, it's hard to see, but let me just touch the back of this. See how it snaps over to that side? This side to that side. This side, that side. So essentially what a balance wheel would do is it would just hit that from one side to the other side. 1, 2, which counts a movement of a second hand. And then this wheel, your second wheel, will do its thing. Now hold on, if I actually have a balance wheel for this, I will be happy. Probably come, what? I just need an ST movement with a functioning heroine? I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Cinder. No. So the reason this funny guy here, let's see. Well, you're held in all the spots you need to be. So what's the issue? Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna set it in there. Oh shit. There's a tiny jewel on the front end of the main balance itself. This is an Eticron based system, so what that means is it's based off of a fork kind of situation. Shit, hold on. I'm replacing the balance wheel, so don't worry. Anyway, so we're going to replace this, and we're trying to fix the balance wheel as it stands, because I know it works, and it knows that it works. We're gonna do, oh, see if we can get you to work here. So you want to give a little bit of life here. See how it's got, like, it wants to run? But it can't. Which I, oh. Is it just not seated right? I know you can't see what I'm seeing, but I'm trying to get you to work. Well, for the reason, the basis of what I'm trying to say is that mainspring, you see how it wants to go, but look, like it wants to go, but it just can't return, which is stupid. And it's the hairspring, and I know it's the hairspring. It wants to run so bad. Wait. What if it's savable? I know it. See, look, like it wants to go. Look at that. Like it wants to, but it just can't return. See? Fuck. Trying to get this balance wheel to work here, but it only does stuff when I move this. I do have a better example of this. My phone's got 20% left, which is a Timex movement that I have saved. Where the flip it put it? Here it is. This. Yeah, I guess I fully wound it. This is my little Timex that we found under Larry's desk. Crystal's falling apart. So as you see, if I remove the fitting ring, you can see that balance. That's the balance wheel. So that's basically this, just not as show many. But you can see, if I move that out of the way, that's your balance wheel. And then your seconds is going around here. And see, that's your pallet fork and escape wheel. But yeah, this is one that I restored recently, which is pretty cool. Holy shit, 47 minutes. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a Timex something. Your mainspring's in there, obviously. That's your mainspring barrel like we talked about, your balance wheel. If you listen carefully, it's like super slowly running, but it works. Basically, once everything's said and done, that's your balance wheel. This is just an old Timex we picked up from the shop, from work, actually. So this is just a fitting ring. You know, fit it in the case. It just goes around it to fill it in. But your escape wheel's going right there. It's hard to see, but this is a completely working Timex now, which is awesome. So, okay. And then all you do is just pressure. It's on. And there's your Timex. Fully mechanical, super rare. I don't know what year it is, but we just found it under Larry's desk. Come on. Now, I don't know if I have to adjust the speed of the escape or the balance wheel. Probably due to it stopping, and it had a full wind when I just picked it up, but I wound it like days ago, which is kind of weird in all honesty. But it works. It's a much simpler system than the Edicron system. So I'd consider this more of a free sprung, since there's only one instead of a forky looking situation there. A singular thing. It's how they used to do old pocket watches. Well, I think, oh shit, we still have the dial side to do. Whoops. On this. So the dial side on this one's pretty easy. I just forgot we had to do it. Which means the
cannon pin in, pop it on there. Move this to here. Gorgeous. You to here. Awesome. You to here. Yes. Yes. Okay. You just gotta screw you down. With the yellow one. Well, I'm a happy camper today, to be honest with you. It's nice to know I'm getting paid soon, so I can do this and not worry about spending all of my money on cousin's birthday stuff. Anyway, it's worth it. She deserves it. I love her. She's cool. You gotta love family, right? Cool. So, we gotta do the tricks of getting the date back in here. No, I'm sorry. Because remember, I had to do a trick to get it in. Now I have to do a trick. Well, I do a trick to get it out, rather. Now all I have to do is bam. Thank you. And bam. Thank you. And look at that. Gorgeous. Now, if I do have an ST movement, shit. Is this an ST movement? No, it's a ST movement. Anyways, the date would just swap on over to boop to the next day here. And then if you were to, you don't line up there, buddy. Almost done because I'm really tired and I have work tomorrow. So if you see this throughout time, slowly, go forward a couple days here. Oh, clearly I need to move this, which requires a lot of actual force. Wow. But essentially this will just skip to the next day. But literally what this does is this just holds this down as well as the date wheel spring. It's pretty cool. Anyways, well, see, the Timex stopped. I can't have that. Especially today. Oh, now you want to fucking work. What's your problem, Timies? See, I didn't have it all the way to fast. I'm gonna set you right there. Such bullshit. Fuck you, Timex. Anyway. Oops, wrong way. I have a song in my head that I can't remember the name of. You ever have that? Just a song in your head? Oh, fuck me. Fucking Oompa Loompa. Anyways, it's pretty fucking late. It is almost 9 o'clock. Ow! That hurt. Damn. No bleeding. I just impaled my hand with And what's interesting about this movement, by the way, is you see all those hexagonal marks? That's your screws. You can't fucking... You have to replace this whole movement. See... But if I moved you to super duper middle here, like you should be, that's a happy camper right there. Oh, that's a much better pace. Look at that. Such a happy little balance wheel. Look at that. I am super happy with that. Very beautiful on how they work. Oh. This is a seemingly good speed. I dropped something. I don't remember what it was. I think it was a piece of crystal. Not meth, just like part of a watch crystal. It's plastic. It's plastic. It's plastic. The plastic ones are the best. It's always good when it's plastic. I do be Asian. I want to be ninja. All right, I'm stimming and autisming out. Anyway, boop. That's a happy little balance wheel. And I'm glad I got it to work. I wish I knew. Oh, shit. The last service. 74. How the fuck old is this watch? This is an old watch. So how you can tell if a watchmaker scars it so there's a watchmaking mark, I don't know what the AP came from, or the 4-piece 72. Maybe that's the year. I'm not sure. I found this just at work. And that's one happy Timex. Look at that. Or not. What's funny is I had this working like days ago. And now it just wants to stop on me. Oh, now it seems fine. No, it doesn't. Fuck. See, when it sits like this, it's just fine. Fucking hell. Anyway, well, you, one person, I believe, have stayed the longest, which is awesome. Appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm going to be going to bed, homie. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. You can have a good night. The rest of this will just be me cleaning up. So, anyways, fuck, what is it, Wednesday? Tomorrow's Thursday. Yeah, it's a good day today. How was your day? Just chatting with you. Where's our comments? Where's the comments? There we are. Cool. Anyways, what'd you do today? I think I just want to chat. Let's hang out. Thanks for joining, I guess. Don't know who you are, but... See, the Timex is going now. Like, this doesn't make sense. I can't service this movement. But... I can't explain how this date works. Somehow. It's pretty cool. Mechanical watches have always... Look at that. Perfect. Just fascinated me in general. This one doesn't have a quick set date, which sucks, but you know what? It switches over at midnight, which is good. So, watch is gonna stop soon. Watch it like just not. Like, watch it keep going. I'm gonna cry if that's the case. Yeah, I'm gonna cry later tonight. Anyway. Well, I hope you learned a lot.
Watchmaking's amazing. And look at that. I'm not going to cry. It saved me. Wow. That's all it took. Just a little boop, boop. And then it works. Bumna. I don't know. Well, I got to get going to bed. It was nice hanging out with me. Glad I got to, have a bit of wine. And sit down and chat with the homies for a little while. But you know what? That's going to conclude it for tonight, man. Remember? It's just a double tap feature, I guess. Shit. Anyway. All right, man. Good night, whoever you are. You have a good one. Adios.